You are listening to the Knightline Sports Network, brought to you by Travis Dever and the Dever team, 386-690-1636.
This is WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580, Orlando's news and talk.
Welcome to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Night Nation's only call-in show goes live now.
All right, hello, Night Nation. Hello, Orlando. This is Andrew Phegley, and this is Knightline at Night. We're live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Barlaw, assisting injured veterans get the help they deserve. Give Chad a call, 407-599-9036, or visit protectingvets.com. You can call Travis Dever for all your New Smyrna Beach needs. Man, I messed it up.
You had it.
I know.
You just got to stick with it, man.
You can call Travis Dever for all your New Smyrna Beach real estate needs, 386-690-1636. But we're taking your calls as well, 844-580-9326, 844-580-9326, or you can use the open mic feature on the WDBO app. Once again, Andrew Phegley, AP_Knightline on Twitter. Just got 1,000 followers, by the way. Thank you very much. And I got Big Ben Stout here with me at Big Social 32. Roger's taking the evening off, but we have Chase Bunker.
There you go. I was afraid, like, wait, does he know my last name?
No, I had to think of it. That's why it took me a second.
I'm just surprised you remembered me this time. This is 2 weeks in a row. You got me in the first segment.
I'm so happy that you're with us for, like, this is what, 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and I'm not worthy of this. Yeah. So I really
don't get too used to it now. He's leaving us.
I know he's leaving. Anyway, you guys can find the rest of our content on NightlineSports.com, as always. Got podcasts there and the replay of this show and all kinds of other stuff. So I don't know what we're going to talk about tonight, Ben.
It's the off season, man.
It is.
I will say, though, I mean, we can get into it a little bit. We don't really like to talk about verbal commits too much, but we did just conclude the kind of the dark period is happening again. We just conclude the open period and had some great recruits in here throughout this month, and hopefully over the course of the next month, looking ahead, we'll get even more verbal commits. We got a couple this week that we're all excited about, and it seems like a lot of that hard work that Gus and his staff are doing is starting to pay off, and hopefully we'll get some further commitments in the next few weeks.
Yeah, our good friend Brandon just posted a recap of the whole recruiting thing and some people that he's kind of looking forward to maybe committing and all that stuff on UCFsports.com. So if you're not a subscriber there, definitely go check it out, UCFsports.com. We could not do this show without Brandon.
He's the man.
Giving us information and stuff that he's done from the beginning of us doing Knightline. So go check that out and subscribe. I think it's $100 a year, but it's absolutely 100% worth it if you're a UCF fan. So that's UCFsports.com. Yeah, he did an awesome recap of what the last few weeks, the last month has been for UCF and the recruiting thing. And we have had players in here that we would never, ever have before.
That's right.
5-star guys, a bunch of 4-star guys. And they're starting to commit slowly but surely. There's a few now. We have 6 for 2022. And that's pretty good. I mean, it's very early. These guys haven't even played their senior season of football yet. So.
Yeah, not only that too. Gus has only been here for 6-7 months now. I mean, he came in January, right? So I mean, we got a little bit of a late start on bringing guys in and kind of establishing ourselves as what Gus and his staff are going to do here at UCF. And once they hit the ground running, though, they really did. They've brought every aspect of the program to the next level, and recruiting included.
Gus has not been messing around.
No, he has not.
So far, we've got a quarterback, 2 offensive linemen, a wide receiver, and a defensive end and a linebacker. I'm not sure.
That's right. Linebacker was just this recent one, T.J. Bullard. Yep.
T.J. Bullard. Now, was that the guy you were talking about? His dad is Titus O'Neil. Is that right?
That's
in
right.
the WWE?
That's right. Of WWE fame, his dad is Titus O'Neil. So T.J. Bullard is a guy out of Berkeley Prep. He had 15 offers on his sheet, all pretty quality schools, and he was a big get for us. He was one that I think that the coaching staff zeroed in on early on, and it's great to see him join the Knights.
Yeah, had Penn on there, not Penn State, but Penn and Yale. So the kid's smart.
Dartmouth as well. Yeah, he's got a lot of highbrow Ivy League schools on his, which obviously means that he concentrates on academic.
Yeah, then he also has the Cows. So that's definitely not Ivy League over there. I don't know what you'd call that, like barnyard.
Cow tipping you.
Yeah, cow tipping you. There you go. I just realized that I didn't have my little thing up where I could play the.
I was pausing so you could play it.
I'm surprised.
Let me see. Here it is.
There it is.
All right. Anytime we mention that commuter school over there, we usually try to play that.
The geographically incorrect school.
Yeah. Horribly geographically incorrect. Yeah.
Some other schools he had on his list though, Colorado State, Cincinnati. I mean, which is always recruiting well with Luke Fickell.
That bothers me. I'm going to have to find some kind of noise to play when we say that name too.
Yeah, well, I've always said, Cincinnati's like the rival we deserve because USF isn't holding up their end.
I'm looking through here and I don't know what I could play.
Like a maybe? Like
yeah. No, that's the sound for Tulsa, Andrew. That's the sound for Tulsa. No, but he's a high quality guy, and with his kind of famous dad, it was cool. We got like some tweets about his commitment from like even Terry Crews and some other celebrities in that world. So it was pretty cool to see him commit to UCF.
I'm totally like. I'm trying to think now. I'm gonna have to come up with a sound for Cincinnati.
Bearcats.
Well, yeah, I don't know what sound a bearcat makes. I don't even know if a bearcat is real. Is it a real animal?
I don't know. If a Cincinnati fan wants to call in and talk to us about what the heck a bearcat is.
We'll take on a Cincinnati fan this evening. That's fine.
Ooh, okay. Apparently, it's a Southeast Asian animal called
well, how did it get to Ohio?
I don't know. I can only Google so much so quickly, but it's called a binturong. It looks like a weird, like
something else that starts.
It looks
with
like a badger that just did a line of coke.
Oh my goodness!
Like,
oh my god! Yeah. Chase Bunker. Yeah. Oh, Chase, where are they going to be able to find you coming up here in a few weeks?
You can find me on Twitter at Chase Bunker. For now, I might just like create a separate, more professional Twitter handle that will actually like report news, where I can have like one for news and one for just like random hot takes and stupid jokes that people go, huh, neat, and then they just keep scrolling.
They'll be like, huh, how is that the same guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Well. Yeah.
If you want to see more coked out Badger coverage, you go to at Chase Bunker on Twitter.
Otherwise, you go to Chase.Bunker for your real time news.
Your real news
coverage.
I never thought that we would be talking about coked out.
This is what happens when UCF's not in session.
This is when we have nothing. We got nothing. Oh boy.
One of the things I did see on social media this week to try to reel it in a little bit.
Good luck with that.
You can.
I'll try. Is that a lot of the freshmen in the upcoming school year, the freshman athletes did come in. So I've seen multiple videos and pictures of the new recruits coming in for new freshmen for the basketball team. Same with the football guys moving in to their dorms and getting ready to start the school year. So they even Terry Mahadra held like a big kind of freshman summit or conference for them and all that. So it seems to be welcoming these new guys in, and we'll see what happens here with some of these newcomers.
I'm still looking for something to play for Cincinnati.
I'm filling time while you're doing that.
I appreciate it because I'm not paying attention. So
whatever freshmen came to UCF this week.
I heard that there was a freshman baseball player or something that decommitted. That's kind of weird.
That's strange.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I saw a headline as I was driving by, so I'm not sure if that's real or not. I don't know.
I think if you're still looking for sounds, like I can tell you're still looking, like why don't you just do like a or something like that, and then you're all set.
Yeah, like a hissing house cat.
He was like snorting a big line.
There you go.
Which I have no idea what that
pretend
sounds
line.
like.
I mean, bosses are still listening. I could still get fired. So bosses are listening.
It was a line of, I don't know.
It wasn't a
Everybody's
line.
turned off by this point anyway. So everybody's turned their dial. We're talking to ourselves.
No, I'm not going there. Okay.
I'm putting the line in Knightline right here.
There we go.
Chase Bunker puts the line in Knightline.
Oh my goodness.
You're welcome,
man.
Orlando.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've definitely turned it off now.
Yeah.
I just, the power surged because of everybody turning off their radio.
That last line is going to be on Chase's future radio reel for his next big job that he has.
Exactly.
Chase Bunker puts the line in Knightline.
Chase Bunker on the line.
There you go.
Or something, I don't know. We'll figure out something. Okay, well, are we coming up on a break yet?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Do we want to talk about the nice gripping story of UCF fans freaking out because Dylan Gabriel deleted photos on Instagram?
Oh, man. I toyed with bringing this up, and now I guess we're going to have to.
It was brought up.
Come on.
It's out there. It's on the table.
He's a kid, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, this whole thing is starting up very soon. Couple more days where they're going to be able to do all their promotion of themselves and all this stuff. And I believe that's what he's probably doing. He's cleaning his feed. He didn't delete his feed. It's still there.
Mm-hmm.
He just took the pictures off. What's the big deal? He's still, I'm on there.
He did that earlier this year when right before, Gus Malzahn signed on as our head coach, he had that he basically unfollowed everybody except for like Mackenzie Milton and like one or two other people or whatever.
He didn't unfollow anybody. It's not like that. I don't think he just cleared his feed off.
It's frustrating when like fans it's the dark side of fandom when people start overreacting. And remember, there was the journalist, one of the UCF journalists that was like trying to force him to answer that on Twitter. And it's like, bro, he doesn't have to answer to you. He doesn't have to answer to anybody. Sometimes also he's like 20 years old or I don't even know how old. He's either way, like he's still a kid. And sometimes people just delete things. Like, let's not look heavy into this. How about that?
And I wonder if he like watches all this and like just maybe he's sitting there laughing.
Yeah, maybe it's like, hey guys, watch this. I'm going to delete everything and watch everybody freak out.
And everybody's going to, the whole entire fan base that follows is going to freak out. Like,
it would be interesting though if it was for the reason that you just stated, name, image, and likeness is coming up on July 1st, I believe, which is
like just
a great day of the year because that's my birthday. But
there you go.
But yeah, that's coming up. So yeah, it would be interesting if that's the reason why he did it. And just another note on Dylan Gabriel is, he did just get honorable mention All-America honors this year. One of four quarterbacks mentioned on that Pro Football Focus All-America team for the preseason.
Yeah,
so
and UCF has been tweeting pictures of him and everything else. So, I don't think that he's like leaving UCF. Somebody was saying he's going to Texas.
I think we're fine.
Anyway, all right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and who knows what we'll talk about when we come back. Maybe I'll have a sound picked out.
An auto accident can change your life forever. At Chad Barr Law, we are raising the bar on what to expect from your personal injury attorney. Hi, I'm Chad Barr, and I want you to know that our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the representation you deserve in your greatest time of need. If you or a loved one have been injured in an auto accident, call 407-599-9036 for a free consultation or visit chadbarlaw.com. At Chad Barr Law, our clients come to us in need and leave as family. Offices, Altamont Springs.
Hey, this is Travis Dever, Kai's Real Estate, the Dever team, New Smyrna Beach. Your source for real estate and everything else, New Smyrna Beach. Proud sponsor of Knightline. Call me anytime at 386-690-1636. That's 386-690-1636. Let me show you my hometown, New Smyrna Beach, UCF's favorite beach. Go Knights and charge on.
Looking for more out of your Porsche? Look no further than Flat6Motorsports.com. They have the widest selection of aftermarket Porsche parts anywhere in the world. With over 85 product lines and in-depth expertise, Flat6Motorsports.com is your one-stop shop for any Porsche performance needs. Whether you're shopping for intakes, exhausts, suspension, or tuning, they have you covered. Flat6Motorsports.com is the premier Porsche aftermarket specialist. Check them out at Flat6Motorsports.com.
And now, back to Nightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, back on Nightline at Night. I'm Andrew Phegley, live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Barlaw. Got Big Ben Stout here with me. Chase is in the studio. We're talking UCF sports, kinda, tonight. We've talked about all kinds of things, if you haven't been listening.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't bring that part back up. We should just, we've talked about other things that weren't UCF related.
We've talked about things.
We'll just let that roll. Let that be.
Things, yes.
Actually, here's something UCF related, and I want to ask you guys this. And maybe it's because I haven't followed recruiting as much. Is it me, or does it seem like Gus Malzahn's just really embracing the UCF culture and bringing in a lot more higher profile guys than Heupel or Frost ever could?
Absolutely. I mean, 100%. First of all, Gus Malzahn is a college football. I wouldn't say a god. I'm not going there, but he's been around and he's been doing a legend. Yeah. A legend. Yeah. There you go. That's a better word. Mm-hmm. Other stuff just came to my mind, but he's been there. He's done that. These other guys were first-year head coaches. Yeah, they made a little stink at the beginning of their. Scott Frost was here and left, and when he was here, the team played great. Josh Heupel was here. The team played great the first year, and then kind of slid from there on, down a little bit. And I couldn't even imagine where it was going. I don't think it was going in the right direction with Heupel.
Yeah.
And I was one of those people that backed up Heupel.
Both of us, yeah.
At every turn.
For sure.
I liked the guy personally. I talked to him a few times, and I liked him. Now I don't know about that. My opinion has changed. Okay, was that the recruiting Heupel that was talking to me? The guy that was trying to get, he was recruiting fans or journalists or players' parents, or was that really Josh Heupel? I don't know. I'm confused about that. Now, there were people on the beginning of that staff that I really loved, like Jeff Levy.
Yeah.
Very good dude. But, Heupel just wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing the recruiting part. He wasn't doing a lot of things that I think should have been done here. And the players didn't really dig it too much here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They weren't having a good time. It didn't seem like.
Yeah, it seemed two things on Heupel and Heupel's staff that kind of just stood out to me since he's left, and since we found out more information as more people are being a little bit more honest of how things rolled when he was here. I think Heupel himself seemed pretty surface level. He talked a lot about family. It seemed in the recruiting process, everyone was very impressed, really felt like it was a family atmosphere. You heard that a lot when recruits would sign and all that. But it seemed like, and we found out a lot about this after he had left, of course, which is usually the case. It seemed like a lot of that was a little surface level with Josh Heupel. He didn't actually walk that walk every day and make sure. Gus seems to be about as genuine as you get. The second thing I'll say about Heupel, though, is as far as staff-wise, it really does seem like there was an issue on the strength and conditioning side, and that has been turned around by leaps and bounds since Gus Malzahn has come in, and the new strength and conditioning coach as well. But seemed to be a lot of lacking on how they were developing the players from a strength and conditioning standpoint, and it showed in a lot of games. I mean, I remember. I mean, it wasn't just Dylan that was a freshman and kind of rattled at Cincinnati when he was a freshman that year. Everyone remembers that Friday night game. it wasn't just Dylan. It was the offensive line. Wasn't as strong as they should have looked, and they got eaten up at times. And you could point to they weren't in as good a shape as they could have been. And so that's another aspect of the professionalism that Gus is bringing.
Another thing, that snap count thing last year. Remember that in the East Carolina game, I think it was?
A lot of penalties in general, but yeah.
A lot of penalties, and that whole snap count thing, that should have never happened.
Yeah, what was that, East Carolina,
I think
maybe?
It was, and they were barking the snap count back because we were using an audible sound. And then we went to the clap in the hands or whatever. And that was the coach's job to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. And I think that was an oversight.
Right.
I think that was something, they didn't ever think that was going to happen. And then all of a sudden it happens. But, it happened 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you fix that after the first game?
And Matt Lee got crushed for that, the center.
Oh, yeah.
But he wound up being an all
black and gold.
And he wound up being an all conference player. Matt Lee is one of the best centers in the country.
Right.
And it wasn't all on him.
But the fans,
I agree with you. It was on the preparation.
Him. Yeah. The fans that sometimes will go a little bit overboard, like with the Dylan Gabriel thing and deleting Twitter. They deleted Twitter. Thank you, Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't introduce you early. He deleted the tweeter.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from. Anyway.
You've never sounded more old in my entire life than just now.
When I talked about Larry the Cable Guy?
No, when he said they deleted the tweeter.
They deleted the tweeter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's one of those. I had a long day today. Hopefully, maybe I can get a little cat nap during this break. Speaking of cats, here's the sound I've come up for Cincinnati.
No.
Oh, I muted it. Dang it. Oh, I'll have
that
to
was
play
probably
it later.
a good thing.
If you haven't figured it out yet, I love Tijuana Flats. I would love them even if they weren't a partner with us on the Knightline Sports Network. They have all kinds of great Tex-Mex food, and it's fresh, by the way. Made to order burritos, tacos, enchiladas, chimichangas, quesadillas, bowls, nachos, and taco salads. And if you haven't tried the queso, you are completely missing out. It is the best queso that I've ever had in my life. Absolutely hands down. And the sauce bar that they have, everything from wild to mild in there. Absolutely awesome, awesome stuff. Not only do I love the food at Tijuana Flats, but I love the company, a UCF-born company. And they give back to the community with the Justin Queso Foundation. So head to your local Tijuana Flats. Tex-Mex for everyone. Hey Jeep Wrangler owners, have you ever sat in your office at work and watched the rain just pour into your Jeep because the weatherman said that there was a 0 chance of rain? Or you put your doors back on because there was a 100% chance and then not a drop of rain fell? Well, there's a company out there that can help take the worry away and give you the peace of mind to be without your doors. The company's called Life Without Doors. They make waterproof rain curtains and dash covers for Wranglers. Life Without Doors is there to help make the decision to leave the doors at home an easy one. Find out more at lifewithoutdoors.com.
Spice up your company with homemade marketing services from Tasty Gravy Creative. Tasty Gravy serves up a menu of budget-friendly marketing, graphic design, and public relations services customized to your specific goals. Co-owned by a UCF graduate, Tasty Gravy can help refresh your brand, strengthen your online presence, or reinforce your company's message. Contact Tasty Gravy for help with your website, social media, marketing, advertising materials, and more. Visit tastygravy.com.
And now, back to Nightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, back on Nightline at Night. I'm Andrew Phegley. We're live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Bar Law, assisting injured veterans get the help they deserve. Give Chad a call, 407-599-9036, or visit protectingvets.com. You can also call Travis Dever for all your New Smyrna Beach real estate needs, 386-690-1636. But We'd like it if you would call us, 844-580-9326, 844-580-9326. Or if you have one of those old phones that actually shows the letters, it is 844-580-WDBO. It doesn't get any easier than that. Or you can use the open mic feature on the WDBO app. Once again, I'm Andrew Phegley, AP_Knightline on Twitter. Thank you for all that have recently followed me. And I got Big Ben Stout here at Big Social 32 on Twitter. And then we got Chase in the studio, Chase Bunker. What is your Twitter handle, Chase Bunker?
It's a real tough one.
At Chase Bunker. Yep. There you go. You can follow him as well.
I'm not a creative
person. You're much more entertaining, I think, on your Twitter than I am. So
I try to be remotely entertaining. Do you know how many like jokes I'm like, maybe is this good? Like how many like I just like eventually just delete in drafts. It's a lot.
You know, I'm one of those guys that I'll post stuff every once in a while and think that people are going to find it funny. Like in our little group that we have that you're in, Chase, I posted a video a couple weeks ago and no one laughed. I thought it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen.
I forgot about that.
Did you ever watch it?
No, I need to watch that now.
It was hilarious.
Well, actually not right now because I'm on a work computer. I need to, work hard for the man.
You can't really watch that on a work computer. But anyway, it was really funny. Maybe it was just my sense of humor. Anyway. All right. Well, this is a sports radio show, by the way.
Believe it or not, guys.
Believe it or not.
Not a Twitter show?
We are a UCF radio show.
Yeah.
Just not tonight.
Yeah. We're normally talking UCF sports, and we kind of had.
No, we have. We just talked about Gus Malzahn, how he's embraced the culture over at UCF, and he seems to be doing a much better job recruiting. And I think just like bringing an overall better environment than Josh Heupel. I think you're seeing it in the players' reaction. You're seeing it. Like I think there was a rift between Heupel and the players, and I think it's maybe because it's his first time coaching, and you try to set that standard. Maybe you're trying to be like a players guy and a hard fist, but at the same time, like. He was getting at players the wrong way. And I think Malzahn, everyone's getting behind the Malzahn train, the Gus bus. There you go.
Well, he's an inspiring guy. He's one of those guys that can talk to a room, and he's done it a million times, and get guys excited. If you're a coach that has the personality of a doorknob, you're not going to do very well.
Says the same things over and over and over again.
Yeah. It says the exact same things over and doesn't ever answer a media question properly.
That is super refreshing about Gus. Talk about genuine. He answers questions. I mean, he of course he has some veteran coach talk in there, but he answers questions with his genuine opinion.
Scott Frost had the personality of a doorknob, and whatever his name is, Josh Heupel had the personality of a doorknob as well. Both of them.
It's interesting. I mean, that both of them had exciting brands of football that they put on the field at UCF. High scoring offenses and all that.
They're coaches that belong up in the box.
Yeah, they're offensive coordinators.
Now, I did like it when Frost would get excited on the sideline. Yeah. I did like that. He would go right after the referees. Like, I liked that. I like that. Gus will do that. I guarantee it. You've seen him do it before.
And honestly, one of my favorite, as a fan watching UCF football recently, moments is in that conference championship game when Josh Heupel puts his hands up. I mean, that was just a heck of a moment.
And the crowd went crazy.
I went insane. Yeah, everybody was going nuts in the
Why didn't he ever do it again, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he did that one time, maybe twice.
Yeah, he seemed to have lost his connection with fans over the last year and a half or so.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. It'll be interesting. And of course, just because I'm a little bit of everybody likes to see the car wreck, everybody drives by and slows down and looks, to see something gory in a car wreck. Oh, I'm going to watch Tennessee football.
No.
just to see the car wreck, because that's going to be a huge one. It's going to be a multi-car pileup.
Him and Danny have a long road to hoe there, but back there with that program, it's
going to be almost as bad as the car wreck that Scott Frost went to in Nebraska.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, who do you think?
What was that noise? Was that a car revving up?
that was
Was that your stomach, Chase?
I don't know. I don't know what noise you're referring to. Wait,
don't stop with that noise.
Oh God.
Jeez.
That's the Cincinnati sound. If you have a cat, you know what that sounds like. No, Chase is dry heaving.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So anyway, speaking of dry heaving, who do you think UCF fans are actively rooting against more? Is it Nebraska or is it Tennessee? Because I feel like we're just
man, I
thinking
think it's
Tennessee at this
probably
point.
pretty equal.
Nah, for me, it's Nebraska still.
I've always hated Nebraska. So
I mean, it's for me.
Yeah,
I'm
for me,
it's
Kansas.
Nebraska. Like in my opinion, like Danny White, he took the job at Tennessee, and he kind of gave us a great parting gift. We didn't know it at the time. At least you and I didn't, because both of us.
Are you mad at Danny?
I was. I'll admit. I'll be the first to eat crow and say that I admit that I was very upset the day that not necessarily the day that he left to Tennessee, but when he took Heupel too, I was like, oh my God, how are we going to recover from this?
I think, didn't we do a show that night? Maybe this show that night.
It was when the rumors started. We were on the air when the rumors really got hot
like,
about
he's
him
not going anywhere.
Heck, and then
I said the same thing about Frost.
Yeah,
I said the same thing. I didn't think Frost was going anywhere. I had heard through the channels and stuff that he wasn't, and whatever.
The reason why I'm rooting against Nebraska more is Frost lied to us for a good portion of that year. I believe that he genuinely cared about the players, and I'm glad he came back for the Peach Bowl to go undefeated all the way. Like, he gave us a lot. So, I'm appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of that. But the red checkered shirt against Memphis in the conference championship game, the fact that it came out a couple days after that he had basically sealed the deal in a hotel room in Philadelphia with Temple at the Temple game.
The stuff that came out after, where he wiped all the computers of all the recruiting information and all that stuff.
Yeah, so for me, Frost can lose everything. Oh yeah, he wiped a lot of data from the recruiting files
and told others to do it as well. So
wow,
Heupel started
stuff.
Way behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, no, yeah. Scott Frost is a snake in the grass.
Well, I think the crazier thing was just the fact that he had the checkered shirt during a UCF game. It's like, by God, if you're gonna cheat on us, at least hide it.
Yeah,
you don't just go back to your house. And you might as well just have the bra right in your hands.
That was the equivalent of the lipstick on the collar. That shirt was awful.
At least the collar is somewhat hidden. He had her whole underwear wardrobe just carrying around.
We get it.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Bunker. Oh boy.
No, it absolutely was true. I mean,
it's true. It's 100% true. And then I remember, we're going into the second overtime of that game or whatever, and it comes across on all of our phones at the same time. Scott Frost is leaving. We're literally going into overtime. I think it was the second overtime in that game.
Right. Yeah. It was right before the last play. I felt like it was right at the last drive.
You felt everybody who looked at their phone in that stadium just what the, everybody.
Oh no, we could all I used to live a half mile away from there. You could hear just a collective what the bleep from the stadium. I could hear the stadium when Mike Hughes got the the go ahead kickoff return for a touchdown against USF, and I also heard the collective what the bleep when that alert came out.
Did I ever tell you the story about the way that I heard it, because I didn't see it? What's his name?
Hughes?
He just said it. Mike Hughes run back that kickoff. I was walking to Burger U because I was doing my post game show that I used to do on YouTube, and I had to leave early to get there to go on right at the end of the game. And I heard that, and it was one of the loudest things I've ever heard, and I literally almost started crying because I knew something crazy just happened.
Yeah. At least it was cheers.
Yes.
At least it was loud cheers, right? You knew it was something good.
But yeah, that is one of the biggest UCF moments in history, and I missed it because I was walking across to do a
because you had to do your job.
I still lived in Memphis that year, and I remember exactly where I was standing in the living room watching that. And it was awesome. So that's one of those sports moments that you never forget.
We could talk about some UCF sports moments besides that. I think everybody knows where they were and remember when Mackenzie Milton got hurt.
Oh my gosh.
I remember exactly where I was standing there for sure.
Yeah.
I remember about 15 minutes there. As they were carting him off and everything, I was sitting right out there on my in front of my TV in my loft area. I'm doing this from home, the Dever Team Studios. It just I just remember like my jaw dropping, and I knew what happened because I saw it happen. I'm a medical professional, so I kind of saw the leg go the other direction, and like I knew. So
I just remember being here at the station, like watching the game, and all of a sudden, like I saw the hit, and like immediately, like I knew that looked bad. And
every time he ran towards the sideline like that, I kind of. You
like winced. You
winced
like held
a little
on.
bit,
Held on.
And I knew one day it was probably going to happen, and it happened. And I hated the fact that I knew that was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess we all saw it coming.
I think that was the pinnacle of the Heupel era, was that you saw him just kind of change his coaching style from then on.
Well,
because I mean, like Dylan Gabriel doesn't do that
for sure.
I think a lot of people do.
Right.
I mean,
obviously McKenzie doesn't. He's still going at it.
I think he probably does, though, for sure. It's kind of an interesting thing, that whole PTSD thing, and the way people react to things, and just seeing things that like you can even say that. You remember good things and bad things. It's kind of the same way, and it makes such an impact that it like kind of burns it into your brain. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting thing. I guarantee I have it from a lot of things, but definitely that's one of my moments that is like a PTSD moment for me. Unfortunately, and I've told people this before, I have a photographic memory. Mm-hmm. So like my memories, I can close my eyes and I'm there.
You're like very visual. Yeah. You see it. Yeah.
And, part of the thing of being a paramedic for years and years, it's not such a good thing. So.
Yeah, I imagine.
So
I remember where I was when it actually happened. I remember exactly where I was standing. I was at my parents had a vacation house because it was Thanksgiving weekend, and I was standing in the kitchen. I walked away and I turned around just in time to see it, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
But what I really, really remember is the feeling that I had the entire next day. And I remember saying multiple times to my wife and my family, I'd never experienced this with somebody in sports, like somebody that I don't know.
Right.
Like I've never experienced this type of hardship. It was crazy.
All right. Well, we're storytelling on Knightline at night tonight, but this is what it is. We love sports, and we love sports for a reason.
Yep.
All right. We'll be right back on Knightline at night.
I'm Jeff Allen. Join me each and every week on the Knightline Sports Network for the AAC Report. We bring you in-depth coverage of each school in football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, golf, tennis, and more, as well as bring you insider interviews and focus in on the biggest games and news of the week. That's all right here each week on the AAC Report, only on the Knightline Sports Network.
Welcome. This is a promo for the Take a Left at Albuquerque podcast, new to the Knightline Sports Network. You should listen to it. I say things like this. We need to stop blaming Jerry because we would do the exact same thing if we owned the Dallas freaking Cowboys. Do you know how much fun it is to own the Dallas Cowboys? My guests will say things sometimes like this.
It's the Lord of the Flies thing that happens when they don't understand that things are wrong, spoiler alert, until Piggy dies.
Lord of the Flies has been out for like 100 years. I don't even know.
Sorry to everyone at home who I spoiled the book for. A book's been out for like 90 years or something.
And sometimes, rarely though, I'll say really stupid things like this. If they don't make it out of the West and the Raptors get to the finals, I will go on either this show or whoever's show and say that Kawhi Leonard is overrated because I have too much evidence of it. New episodes drop every Friday with me and some of my good friends right here on the Knightline Sports Network.
And now, back to Knightline at Night on WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Call now at 844-580-9326.
All right, back on Knightline at Night. This is Andrew Phegley, live from the Dever Team Studios, brought to you by Chad Barlaw. Got Big Ben Stout with me here and Chase Bunker in the studio. It is time for the Tijuana Flats Hot Take of the Week. Welcome to the Tijuana Flats Hot Take of the Week. Visit TijuanaFlats.com for takeout or delivery, or visit your local Tijuana Flats. Tex-Mex for everyone. All right, Ben, do you want to start us off with the Tijuana Flats hot take of the week?
Sure. We've talked a little bit about recruiting today and the recruits that we had in over the last few weeks into UCF for official and unofficial visits. And so I'm going to relate mine to that. Right now at Rivals.com, the national recruiting rankings, it's super early, right? So a lot of things will change. We're ranked number 57 in the national recruiting rankings with only 6 commits. But all 6 of those commits are 3-star recruits, and I think that's a really solid start to more commitments to come. My hot take is that we're going to finish in the class of 22. When it's all said and done, we're going to finish as a top 40 recruiting class, which would be a huge accomplishment for UCF. It'd be a big jump up. I think our highest finish ever was this past year. I think 53 or something like that. So, yep.
Awesome.
That's what I say. Top 40.
All right. I hope that hot take comes to fruition. Chase, you got something?
I kind of do, and I've kind of harped on it a little bit at the beginning of the show. I think fans need to calm the bleep down whenever a player does something, because sometimes I like to delete a tweet here and there because either it's not funny or I might be trying to prevent myself from getting fired later on. Do you know how many tweets I've deleted in the past year? Nothing, because I don't post salacious stuff. But do you know that? That means you have to go scroll through my Twitter history. The point is, folks, is that these are still kids, and I think that sometimes as fans we forget that, and so we look way too deep into things like Dylan Gabriel deleting photos. Also, maybe, this might be a little bit crazy, who the bleep cares?
Exactly.
Why does it affect you in your life? Just get over it. I almost said something a little bit more salacious that would have got me fired, but you just get over it.
Yeah, over it.
Don't get fired. Yeah,
it would have involved Crimea River and a bridge, but you wouldn't be getting over it, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, boy. Chase Bunker, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I got one. Renaya Jones, our 100-meter hurdler that went to the Olympic trials, finished second in the NCAA this year in the 100-meter hurdles. I believe that she will be maybe in the next Olympics, maybe the Olympics after that, because she's really young. She will be an Olympic champion.
Olympic champion. So not only make the team, but a champion.
If you think about it, she's a redshirt freshman this year.
Wait,
the
really?
girls that are winning and becoming, the Olympic champions and the NCAA champions are seniors or older, out of college
for sure,
a couple of years. She hasn't peaked yet.
Right.
And if she's doing this as a redshirt freshman, like 18, 19 years old, 19, maybe 20 years old, she's got a couple of years to peak. And if she's doing what she's doing now, imagine what she's going to be doing when she peaks.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, the woman who she lost to in the NCAA final, who she just almost beat in that first round of the Olympic trials, her name is escaping me. I think her last name is Christensen, but she turned pro the day after she won the NCAA championships, and she's a senior. She's an upperclassman, and she didn't even make the Olympic team in the 100-meter hurdles.
Right.
And so that just goes to show you that there's a progression there. I mean, you'd probably peak physically at 26, 27 years old. So she's definitely got a lot of runway there, and I like that prediction. I hope that comes true.
I cannot wait to see what she does the next couple of years.
She is going to destroy the American. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Hopefully, UCF can keep her at UCF on the track team, and maybe some girls that are being recruited will see what's going on with that, and maybe UCF track can really get things going. That would be awesome.
And a little bit shorter in between Olympics, since they're going to go back on that, that 4-year cycle again.
Yeah,
we'll be 3 years to the next Olympics.
Well,
so there we go. So hopefully she'll be able to be on the team next time.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch her next year run for UCF. It's just her technique of jumping over the hurdles is incredible, and she's just going to get smoother and smoother as she goes.
It's really cool. We have a legitimate star in a sport that we rarely ever talk about.
Absolutely.
So I think next year is going to be a big deal for track with her on the track.
More people may go and watch her, perform and everything else and all the rest of them. All right. We're out of here. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Go Knights.
Charge on.
on.